Well, hello everyone. We're going to do kind of a different type of reading for all the signs today. The title of this reading is Dear Me, Messages from My Future Self to My Now Self. Okay, we're going to read all the signs. I'm going to timestamp as we go along, and we are going to see what your future self might have to say to you in the form of advice and guidance in your current path, okay? Dear me, what your future self would say to your current self, okay? Kind of like if you had the ability to go back to where you were, 5-10 years ago, what you know now and what you would have told yourself back then kind of thing. It's kind of that thing, okay? All right, so with that being said, if you haven't already subscribed to my channel, I hope you do so. If you want to delve deeper into your situation, you can do so by booking a personal reading with me, or you can book a mentoring session if you need help, a leg up or what have you, with healing, shadow work, getting over heartbreak, dealing with things and that sort of thing. I have a lot of stuff for free in my playlists about shadow work, twin flame, soul connections, and that sort of thing. It's all designed to help you, but if you feel like you need a leg up, well, that is in the description box too, okay? And I'll always look in my most recent videos description box of how to book a personal reading or mentoring session with me. I'm already getting good feedback on the mentoring, so super excited about that, okay? It's something brand new for this girl. And with that being said, let's move along to the Aries gang. Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Dear me, what would my future self say to my current self? Well, we're going to ask the cards, Aries gang. Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. What your future self would say to you today. Let's find out. Let's find out. Let's find out, Aries gang. Well, how sweet is that? Oh, great messages coming out. Ooh, great messages. Incredible. Okay, beautiful messages from your future self, Aries. Let's dissect this a little bit. Love yourself. Put yourself first, okay? Find the self-love. Go inside and make sure you always take care of you first, okay? Putting yourself first is honestly the most selfless thing that you can do. Why? Because you cannot pour from an empty cup to help your daughter, your romantic partner, your job, your friends, your family. You've got to put yourself first. It's all about self-care, shadow work, okay? Daily meditation, taking time out for you, okay? Maybe it's a pedicure, maybe it's target practice, maybe it's a long drive with some really good tunes going, whatever the case may be, okay? But with that being said, you've got two cards of trusting the process and divine timing, going inside and not being afraid to do the energy work on a daily basis, meditation, shadow work. It will pay off. This is all about having a long-range vision and understanding the story of the tortoise and the hare and the problems associated with trying to rush through anything and rush something in before you're ready. Okay, and knowing that this is all about harvest at the very end of the season is when the abundance comes in, okay, and in due time, right? And this is the card of hope and healing, encouraging you to go for balance and patience and trusting the process and flow with the universe, okay? Don't go into relationships out of loneliness, okay? Go inside and don't do that, because you're going in with the wrong reason, and you will attract somebody who sees just a pulse and a pretty face and they don't really see the authentic you, okay? You don't want to do that, okay? You want somebody to see how beautiful you really are inside and out. And the only way that can happen is if you know who that is, by having done what we just talked about, patching up your heart, okay? Be very cautious that you bring in, and what looks good on paper is not always viable, okay? It's all about using your intuition to discern, and the only way to be able to hear that intuitive voice, Aries, is daily meditation, okay? With that being said, let's move along to my Tauruses. Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus. Dear me, future self to current self. Dear me, what I wish I had known. What would your future self say to you? What is the advice from your future self to you right now, Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus? Well, let's find out. Let's find out. Let's find out, Taurus gang. All right, well, this is cool. Some similar stuff to the Aries, but some different, okay? All right. All right. If somebody is not taking action and not communicating with you, they're a waste of time. Point blank, period. There you go. 8 of Wands, and the advice is all about look at what you're doing wrong and look at what you're doing right. Look at what is working for you and what is not, and consider making changes in what you are doing to affect better results going forward, okay? Self-love, self-care. Put yourself first. It is the most selfless thing that you can do, Taurus gang. You cannot be any good to anyone unless you are pouring from a full cup. And if you're not doing or done your shadow work, daily meditation and self-care, pampering yourself, putting yourself first, you can't pour from a full cup. I have to put myself first to be a good mom, to be a good romantic partner, to be a good, daughter to my 86-year-old dad, sister, brother, whatever. You see what I'm saying? Employee, whatever the case may be, okay? You want to make sure you have balance in every area of your life. Do not overextend yourself in one area and neglect another area. And for goodness sake, don't neglect yourself, okay? Or you're no good to anyone. This is all about having patience and balance with this 2 of Pentacles, okay? Working through your past issues, shadow work all day long. Just do it. If you're not happy with what you're bringing in, try doing something different with what you got coming in, okay? You may feel stuck, but you're not, okay? All you got to do is take the steps, and you can affect this wheel turning in your favor and bringing in the opportunities that you want, okay? It's all about going inside and healing yourself, shadow work, trusting the process, trusting the divine, patience, not getting in a hurry, and seeking balance. Okay, this is a very, very spiritual card, and it is all, it's beautiful. It's all about coming into a place of optimism after having done all of those things that we just talked about, Taurus gang. All right, Gemini gang, Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus. Messages from your future self to you now. Messages from your future self to you now. Dear me, right? Kind of like what I wish I had known 10 years ago, right? Well, we're going to take a glimpse from your future self, what your future self would tell you about what you're doing today and what you need to do. Okay, Gemini, let's take a look. Let's take a look, Gemini. Ah, this is beautiful. Okay, there you go. There you go. Some of you doubt your abilities, okay? Point blank, period. You got self-esteem issues all day long that need to be taken care of in doing shadow work. That's the only way to fix this, and it is controlling every single experience you are having, and you are unaware of it by definition, okay? It's all about having patience and not getting in a hurry in doing this stuff, because it's at the end of the season that the abundance comes in. This is the card of divine timing. And this is the card of, sometimes being your own worst enemy. And this is Gemini energy right here. It's all about turning it this way and stepping into your power instead of being in self-destruct mode, okay? And you probably aren't even aware of that. The only reason I can speak to that is because I have done that. You don't realize just how valuable you are. You don't see your value, and you don't even know you don't see your value, because this is in your subconscious, Gemini. Again, not seeing your value, okay? Self-esteem issues right here. And some of you are hung up on the past, and you're fighting a losing battle, and you don't realize it, and your future self is asking you to consider releasing this and putting yourself first and seeing the value that you bring to the table and becoming a master of manifestation at whatever the heck you want. And it's done by taking a time out, going inside, getting by yourself, and doing the work that I talk about in my shadow work playlists. Okay, that is literally controlling everything, Gemini. All right, so with that being said, let's move along to my Cancerian friends. Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Dear me, what my future self would tell my current self. Kind of like now, you know how you look back and say, geez, I wish I had known then what I know now. Well, this is a little glimpse from your future self of what your future self thinks you need to know right now, okay? What does your future self have to say to you, Cancer gang? Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Let's take a look. let's take a look, Cancer. Ah, that's so pretty. Ah, I like that one. I like that one. Good stuff, Cancer. Okay, so here's the thing. Many of you are hung up on something that really, really hurts you. Some of you just really, you know, it could be that. It could also be somebody that you need to release something, okay? Because here again, you're neglecting yourself by being so busy taking care of somebody else or trying to become something that another person wants. This is codependent energy when the Queen of Cups comes up in reverse, okay? You're really neglecting yourself. Here, this can certainly mean that it can mean that you need to get an attitude of gratitude. Why? Because when you focus on the reasons that you have to be grateful, let me tell you something. I can be grateful for rain or sunshine, okay? It's all in your mindset. But if you will find the reasons to be grateful for everything, okay, possible, then you will manifest more reasons to be grateful. It's just that simple, focusing on things that are positive in your life. And I'm not telling you to repress any emotions. If you're coming out of a heartbreak, then it is definitely time to not avoid shadow work, but go inside and find the hidden truths in your subconscious. That's what this is about. Stuff that's hidden that you're unaware of, okay? The High Priestess here, okay? Right now, many of you are not doing that, and it is you're creating, by not doing that, you're creating your own prison and, you know, repeating cycle of failures, whether it's in relationships, who you manifest to begin with, jobs, everything. That shadow that you're unaware of, by definition, is controlling every single experience of your life, and you don't realize it. And here it is, your red-headed tarot reader. You know, you're sitting there listening to me, but you got chains on that don't even have a lock on them. You can shake them loose and take off that blindfold and make a new start in life, okay? That's my passion. I want to see everybody, you know, taste the peace that I have, okay? And right now, I think some of you are backing away from this, but you're encouraged to love yourself enough to do that, okay? Put yourself first for a change, right? Put yourself first. And, you know, you can't be any good to anybody if you're not pouring from a full cup. And the only way to get to where you can fill that cup up is by going inside and doing the shadow work and the healing so that you can be your best for everyone around you. That is the most selfless thing that you can do, Cancer. And, you know, I don't even think you realize it because you're sitting there with that blindfold on. But trust and believe, I have proven every way that doesn't work that I talk about in every way that does, okay? And I can tell you that, you know, I've proven what does work, okay? I'm not saying it's the only way, but it's the only way that ever worked for me in 50-something years, right, before I came to that. So with that being said, let's move along to the Leo game. Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. What would your future self say to your current self, right? It's kind of like looking back and saying, gosh, I wish I knew then what I know now. Well, this is a peek of what your future self would say to you now, Leo gang. This is a peek, okay? Let's take a look. All right, some of you have dealt with a lot of rejection, and you really don't know why, okay? You felt like stuff was a viable opportunity slated for success, but at the end of the day, you dealt with in and out energy, and you don't know why. You pulled somebody in that didn't know what they wanted. Well, it's because they don't know who they are. And the reason you attract somebody who doesn't know who they are is because you don't know who you are, okay? You don't see your value. And, you know, with this Knight of Pentacles here, okay? And you're not even aware of it, okay? But you're advised to kind of step into your power, you know, and take the bull by the horns here, okay? And become your own warrior, and become your own advocate, become your own winner, and step into your own power. And realize that sometimes things that go by the wayside in the past are actually quite a wonderful stroke of luck, and turns out to even be the best thing ever. Can I just get an amen to that? Because that is definitely my story. Felt like the worst thing ever turned out to be the best. Some of you are neglecting yourself, and you're trying to be something that somebody else wants instead of finding out who you are to begin with, so you can step into that. Because when you step into that, that's where you are the most beautiful, most attractive, most intelligent, most intuitive, brightest, funniest, happiest, and at peace, and therefore will bring somebody in the same way, okay? It's all about going inside and working on that shadow, and many of you are kind of ignoring that, but by definition, you're not aware, and that is how to get this wheel started turning back in your direction. There's what you need to know, okay? Developing an attitude of gratitude with this Five of Cups here. If you do that, that gives you, what that manifests is it attracts more reasons to be grateful, okay? So with that being said, let's move along to my Virgo friends. Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus. Virgo, dear me, your current self is writing to you, Virgo. Your future self is writing to your current self. I don't know if I said that right. Dear me, right? Dear current self, love your future self. Kind of like looking back and saying, wish I'd known then what I know now. Well, here's your opportunity, right? What your future self has to say to you today, Virgo gang. Let's take a look. Let's take a look. You know, sometimes it's about just being childlike and having fun, okay? You definitely are compromising your values and your truth. You're not speaking up for yourself, okay? I think you doubt yourself and you doubt your abilities, right? And, you know, I think many of you are neglecting doing some work and healing up and patching up your heart and going inside and doing shadow work of why you're attracting, you know, less than what you want. And it has to do with your shadow self-beliefs, which by definition you're not even aware of, okay? But this is all about self-esteem and then not speaking up for yourself, not holding your truths or your boundaries, okay? And compromising your own self, kind of losing yourself because you're so busy trying to, you know, be what you think other people want to be. And it's all about, you know, stepping into who you really are, and you discover that person by what I just said, going inside. But when you do that, then that's when you become your most beautiful, happy, funny, intelligent, attractive, intuitive self. That's when you step in your power, okay, Virgo? And, you know, some of you are stuck in toxic cycles. People blocking you and not taking action, and you're kind of stuck there, and you're kind of advised to unstick yourself. You know, you're not healing, but you're advised to do so, okay? And then you can attract somebody who really sees you and not just a pulse or just the next person to distract them from who they are. You know, they've got toxic ways, and because of that, the universe brings in something to confirm what's in your subconscious that you're not even aware of, right? You're advised to patch up your heart by doing these very things. And that's what I'm getting all day long, Virgo, okay? So, you know, it's all about, you know, I think you don't see your value, and I don't think you realize it. I really don't, okay? All right, Libra gang. Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Dear me, to your current self, and we're going to get the message of the body of the letter, and it's signed, love your future self, right? So it's all about kind of the thought of, I wish I'd known then what I know now, right? Okay, so Libra, we are going to find out from a glimpse from your future self today of what you need to know. Dear me, to your current self, love your future self, right? There you go. All right, Libra gang, what do you need to... Oh, some of you are still hung up on something from the past that really is not worth your time, and you need to release it with this Ten of Swords here, Two of Cups reversed, Ace of Swords reversed. You're not seeing the most important thing, and the reason is because it's in your subconscious, which by definition you're unaware of. You're ignoring the truths, and you don't see your value, and you don't even realize it. This is all about shadow work, and somebody avoiding it, somebody compromising their own boundaries and not speaking or even acknowledging the truth, and ignoring red flags, okay? All about needing to take a look at what you are doing that is not working and saying, you know, okay, what I'm doing is not working because it's not giving the results I want, and I'm feeling stuck, so I need to do something different, and that is what's going to lead to the ultimate happiness. It's all about being patient and trusting the process in this thing and seeking balance, okay? And that is when this comes in. For you first, and then with the person that you bring in, okay? But I think you're kind of feeling really lonely, and kind of almost probably, you know, will come to a point maybe where you think that you can solve all of this by going out and finding someone else. Nothing could be further from the truth. Nothing could be further from the truth. All you will do is manifest another mess, if you will, that won't be worth your time. Unrequited love sometimes with this too, okay? So with that being said, let's move along to the Scorpio gang. Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus. The message is like this. Dear me, what do you need to know? Dear current me, rather, what do you need to know? Love future me, right? This is your message from your future self. The idea, Scorpio, is that old thought of, you know, I wish I'd known then what I know now. Well, this is a heads up from your future self and love message from your future self to you. Okay? All right. So, really, a lot of you are not seeing the forest for the trees. With this Ace of Swords in reverse, it means you're missing the most important part of the situation. And I'm hopefully going to shed some light on this. You know, first of all, there is stuff in your subconscious you're not aware of with this Eight of Swords here. And it's keeping you in a prison that you don't even realize, okay? But you could easily set yourself free. You see, this person here has chains, and they could unlock them at any time and take the blindfold off. And hopefully, you know, your friendly red-headed tarot reader can kind of help you do that a little bit. But there are things in your subconscious that you are not aware of by definition, and that is your shadow self. You're not even aware of it, but yet that's the hand that is completely holding everything as far as what controls every experience you're having, okay? You're dealing with commitment phobes, people that don't want to move forward, or people that don't want a new opportunity with you, and you don't see your own value in this thing, and you don't even realize it. Some of you are hung up on the past, okay? And because of that, and some of you are dealing with people who are juggling multiple people. I got that here too, because we got two court cards. And you're advised to be patient and do some work on you and achieve balance within yourself by doing what I just talked about with shadow work, which is on my playlist, and step into a place of hope and healing and optimism and better days ahead. That is how this is done. This is a highly spiritual card, and the reason it came out is because it has to do with a person going in and doing that work regularly, and then regularly meditating, and then you will have self-love and you will see your value, point blank, period. That's how it's done, okay? So with that being said, that is my messages for my Scorpio that I got from your future self to you today. Okay, Sagittarius gang. Saggies, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Dear current me, message from, with love, future me, right? This is what your future self would have to say to you to get you through now. It's kind of like the thought of, gee, I wish I'd known then what I know now, right? Okay, so this is kind of your heads up. Your friendly tarot reader kind of linking you up on timelines, right? Let's take a look, Saggy gang. Let's take a look. All right, Sagittarius, some of you are really compromising your boundaries. You're telling people what they want to hear and not speaking your truth with this Queen of Swords. You don't see your value. You just don't, okay? And honestly, some of you are in self-destruct mode. This is because you have not gone inside and done the shadow work. That's what causes this, okay? Self-sabotage, okay, with the Magician reversed, okay? And you don't even realize it because you're not seeing it with the Queen of Swords here, okay? And you're kind of refusing to look at the truth. And because of that, you know, you're dealing with a lot of commitment phobes, or people that just aren't willing to go forward, or things going by the wayside over and over and over again. You're dealing with drama with this Five of Wands here, okay? And turmoil. It's leaving you up in your head a lot, okay? But you know what? There are things in your subconscious you are unaware of, secrets that need to come out just between you and you, okay? That's what this High Priestess is about. That's why you withdraw from dating for a minute and find out what that is to begin with. It can manifest itself in a number of different ways. Triggers, PTSD, temper, anger, popping off, all of those things can speak to the need to go in and address some serious issues in your subconscious, okay? So that you can manifest better experiences all day long, okay? Working through the past, not being bitter about things, okay? Not flexing on social media for somebody, you know, not wanting to do this whenever you know what I'm talking about. I put this off camera on purpose because we're on YouTube, right? But when somebody goes down the road, you just another person, and when you get to that point, then you know you've released it. When you feel nothing, if you feel anger, bitterness, you want to get back at somebody, you want to see them have karma, all of those things indicate a need that you have not worked through things, and you will not manifest this to last until you do. Okay, so that is what that is about, Saggy gang. All right, Sagittarius. So with that being said, let's move along to the Cappy gang. Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus. You know, your card was on the bottom of the deck, kind of like stepping into your power. But here's the question we're asking, or, you know, what we're hearing from your future self today. It's like a letter from your future self. Dear you. And then the message will come, and it's going to be signed, love your future self, right? It's kind of like, I wish I had known then what I know now. Okay, Capricorn, that's what this is all about. All right? So with that being said, Capricorn gang, let's get a message. Let's get a message. Ooh, Cappy, I'm getting a message for you. It's a little bit different, too. Oh, okay, so your future self already says to you, I understand, dear love, that this is not going like you want, and that you need to make some changes. And so I'm going to challenge you today that if what you are doing is not working, try something different. That's what the Seven of Swords is telling you. And we're going to give you a little more guidance as to what those things might be, okay? Because right now, current self, I see that you've had a lot of disastrous situations that ended in disaster, and you're scratching your head wondering why. And here's what you're advised to do. First of all, some of you are not speaking your truth. You're not speaking up, and you're kind of people pleasing, and you're trying to be what somebody else wants to be, or what you think other people might be attracted to. But what you don't realize is by stepping into your power, which we just talked about with that card that was on the bottom of the deck, that is where you become your most beautiful, your most attractive, your smartest, you become a master of manifestation of anything, okay? And you're funny, you're happy, you're at peace, all of those things, and that attracts someone on that level. But right now, some of you are dealing with some anger and bitterness, okay? Maybe somebody acted distant to you, okay? Left you feeling lonely, left you feeling with feelings of abandonment here with this Nine of Swords, okay? And left you really feeling like you know, it was the end of the world as we know it, right? But you're advised to patch up your heart and do some self-healing and take some steps to do something different if what you are doing is not working, right? Maybe you should listen to that red-headed tarot reader. She's tried every wrong way and gotten the wrong results, and then boom, she found a way that worked. So you might want to just give her a little listen on that shadow work playlist that she keeps harping about like a broken record, because if nothing else, you're just tired of hearing it, right? Be very careful of something that looks really, really good on paper. It's all about your intuition and sharpening that thing by doing the shadow work, the meditation, the energy work, so that you can discern and understand why some things look good on paper and turn out to be, hold on, a disaster, okay? It's all about being patient, taking the steps to do the work, and trusting the process, okay? Just like a diet plan or an exercise plan, you know, in 2 days after starting one, I'm not going to go down, you know, 3 sizes, okay? I'm not going to lose 30 pounds in 2 days, and it takes longer than that to see results. Patience and hard work and, you know, not getting in a hurry about this thing is what is going to be the key to success, okay, Cappy gang? All right, Aquarius. Aquarius gang, Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus. Dear me, dear current self, and then we'll get your message, and it's going to be signed, love your future self. This is a message designed with the idea, you remember how you know in your life there are times that you said, I wish I'd known then what I know now. Well, here's a chance, right? Here's your opportunity. Message from your future self to you now, right? We're going to jump timelines a little bit for you, Aquarius. Jump timelines. There you go. Already getting some messages here. All right, so some of you Aquarius gang are so busy trying to be what somebody else wants you to be that you don't even know who you are to begin with. And you're trying to say the things and do the things and take care of somebody to make them happy, when in fact you're really neglecting your own needs and you don't even know who you are, okay? And you've forgotten this, or maybe you don't even realize it. The way to be the most beautiful, attractive, sexy, haughty, smart, intelligent person that you can be is to go inside and find out who you are. And I'm about to tell you how to do that. You go inside and you do shadow work, okay? And because a lot of what you dealt with there was no power in it to begin with. And the reason is because you didn't see your own value, okay? And I see that all along right here. You know, but at the end of the day, you are fighting losing battles. And if you feel like the thing to do when you come out of something is to just jump in, try to find somebody else, it's going to end in another disaster, okay? And it's going to leave you where you haven't worked through stuff from your own past, okay? And where you're looking at the past in a whole different way. You're advised to take the bull by the horns and do the work, do the energy work, go inside, because at the end of the day, the beliefs that you have about yourself in your subconscious are literally controlling everything that is happening to you in every area, not just romance, okay? And because of that, and you're not even aware of it because you don't know, but yet it's controlling everything. But that's why it's so important to go inside and do shadow work. That's where you work through that stuff, okay? And it's all about having the long range in mind and understanding that at the end of a season is when the abundance comes in. It's after, you know, a season of work, okay? And all about being patient, trusting the process, not getting in a hurry, not neglecting yourself anymore, putting yourself first, right? Understanding that if what you're doing is not working, trying something different and having good, viable opportunities slated for success where somebody is emotionally available and has worked through their stuff, and you have too, and they come in and it's slated for success to begin with, and as opposed to somebody coming in carrying baggage. Still, you know, if you're hung up on an ex and you go into something, that's what you're going to attract, and it, you know, it won't be slated for success. But if you have worked through all that, then you can become emotionally mature and emotionally available. Okay, Aquarius, so that's what that's about, okay? So with that being said, let's move along to the Pisces game. Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus. Your messages from your future self to your current self. The idea is, I wish I had known then what I know now, right? I wish I had known then what I know now. Messages from your future self. Let's take a look. Let's take a look. Let's see what you need to know from your future self, Pisces game. We're going to jump some timelines here. All right. Some of you are not speaking your truth and you're not holding your boundaries or standards. Maybe you don't even know what they are or who you are, but you're definitely in people-pleasing mode and you're not speaking your truth because you're just trying to be what somebody else wants you to be. And you know, rather than realizing that you are honestly at your most beautiful when you have done the work, the shadow work, the daily meditation, right, the energy work. That is where you are most beautiful, hot, sexy, attractive, smart, funny, intelligent, and peaceful, okay? And right now, because you don't see your value, the other people don't either, and that's what causes people to bail and look over the fence and find somebody who they think can fill their cup up, okay? But, and again, not seeing your value right here, okay? And you're dealing with people who come across arrogant and egotistical and controlling, but you know, at the heart of this, they're broken too, okay? Broken attracts broken, okay? This has nothing to do with karma and everything to do with what you attract based on where you are vibrationally, and totally explains why bad things happen to good people, okay? It has nothing to do with a man up in the sky rewarding good behavior and punishing bad behavior, because we see too much of that to the contrary. I mean, you know, we can't ignore the facts. The evidence speaks for itself, and it's overwhelmingly supporting what I'm saying, okay? So you're advised to not back away from the work and to understand that abundance comes at the end of a season of working, okay? Working your fields all day long by going inside and doing the work. Taking the bull by the horns and saying, you know what, something is not working. Let's try something different. Let's go inside. Let's work on healing and hope and manifesting better days ahead where we don't lose stuff. All about going inside and doing the work and being and meditating too. Okay, so that's the messages for today. Let's get some messages for everyone. Okay, from your future self, additional guidance from your future self. If you haven't already done so, I hope you will subscribe to my channel. Certainly hit me up for a personal reading. You can see all of that in the description box below this video, as well as how to book a mentoring session, okay? If you're stuck on heartbreak and healing, need a leg up, hit me up. All in the description box below my most recent video always, okay? So let's get you some messages for you, your current self, from your future self. Just a PS to the love note that you just received from your current self. right? I love it. Beautiful. First of all, do your shadow work. That's what that speaks. The devil, among many other things, has the meaning of needing to do shadow work, especially when it comes out in reverse, okay? Work through your anger and bitterness. And the Ten of Wands is all about feeling overwhelmed, like you've just got so much you got to deal with, but it tells you you have the power to make it. You have what it takes to persevere. You just don't realize it, right? Let's pull everyone a quote real quick. And it is always an honor and a privilege to read for you guys as your tarot reader. Thank you so much. And certainly for those of you who book personal services and trust me to help you in your path. Thank you so much for that. Here you go. Trust my nudges. The universe, right? My job is to confront myself over and over again until I am the stillest, clearest channel for spirit to exist within. And I hold these up because a lot of people like to scream them. Oh, I love this. Okay, you got to hear this. That wolf inside you, baby cakes, it is meant for greater things than howling over lost loves. You got such a much bigger purpose than howling over somebody that you know, that's no longer in your life for whatever reason, okay? Thank you so much for watching. Many, many blessings to everyone, and I hope this was a helpful reading for you. Thank you again.